let's just sew whatever. Hey everybody, so today's video is a fun, quick little project that I thought up. I mean, other people have thought it up before me, but I was just like, have this vinyl I want to try, let's make it. Anyway, I'll show you. So it's just this fun little basket you can organize. I thought, why not put zipper scraps in it? So that's what I did, but you know, you could use it for anything. You could make it bigger and add smaller handles, which I was kind of thinking afterwards, like these are a bit big, or you could add just one handle or something. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Ben, you messed it up. All right. So I'm starting out with two 12.5 by 12.5 exterior and lining with 2.5-inch corners cut out. So I just use a big square ruler from Arteza. I'll link it down below. And 2.5-inch squares cut out from each side on the bottom. Pretty sure that's 2.5. Yeah, okay, great. And then I'm just using one of these pre-made canvas straps for the handles. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it in half really quick. So then we'll have two 12-inch handles basically. So what I'm gonna do first is put my exteriors, and I'm just using marine vinyl, right sides together. This could definitely be made with a domestic machine as well. So right sides clipped together, and then I'm just going to use whatever seam allowance. You could use 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. I'll probably use like a 1/4 inch so I don't have to trim it down. And a stitch length of about 4. And then instead of lifting up on the foot, I'm just going to pinch it together so that it helps us square the corners off later. That's what it's looking like. And then we can put our hand inside to open up the square for the bottom and put right sides together. I'm going to use Wonder clips for this part because it holds it better. Okay. So we'll just sew again with that 1/4 inch seam allowance. If you want to strengthen it, you could add 2 rows of stitching right next to each other, just in case, but I think it'll be fine. I'm going to back stitch at the start, and then I like to back stitch over that seam to help reinforce it. And repeat with the other side. So now we can baste our handles in place, and you can decide if you want them to be more like tote handles or if you want them to be on the side to grab. So I'm going to put them on the side, kind of line them up with the corners here. And you'll just put it inside the bag and make a U shape. Let's see. And I will put them about 1.5 inches from the side seam. So I'll show you. I'm so excited, it's gonna be so cute. So you can see how it'll be like a little organizer. And then we will baste stitch that in place. So so they don't shift around when we add our lining. And now, when you're basting, you could actually flatten your side seam and just continue your line of stitching. And I will show you what I mean. So I went ahead and flattened that seam so it's not so bulky, and just continued basting in place. You could increase the measurements or decrease it. You could make your corners wider so that it sits deeper. Do whatever you want. Okay, so our exterior is ready to go, and we're going to work on the lining. And we're going to just leave an opening in the bottom for us to turn the bag through. So we'll put right sides together. And for waterproof canvas, the right side is the textured side. So the wrong side is the smooth side. That has like a waxy feel to it. Just make sure you use that same seam allowance. And so for the bottom, I'm only sewing about 1 inch. And then I'm lifting my foot up and just pulling it over so we have a decent sized opening. And then trim the extra threads. So there's our opening. We'll repeat like we did with the exterior to square the bottom. And there's all different ways you could square the bottom. Some people like to just cut 2 squares, sew it together, and then cut out at an angle. But I find that can weaken your stitch or your seam allowance because you're cutting through a sewn area, and this way we're not cutting through anything. So it's less likely to come undone. That's just my theory. We're all right. So now we'll turn this right side out. And insert this to our exterior, making sure our straps are inside. Line up the side seams. And clip around. You could also, if you wanted to, instead of leaving that opening in the lining, you could just fold the edges of these towards the wrong side and insert them into each other and top stitch as normal. So it would be like a drop-in lining instead of turning it, if that makes sense. This is easier. You could also choose to leave an opening at the top instead of in the lining. Like you could leave an opening here. But I always find it's hard to make my top stitch look nice with that. So then I'm just going to sew about 1/4 inch seam allowance again, making sure you're coming in from your basting stitch. You can back stitch over the handles to reinforce. So we're back to the beginning. I'm going to pull the lining out and grab our exterior bottom first, pull it through. If you wanted to use all cotton or something for this, you'll probably want to use 809 or something to keep it standing up on its own, but the waterproof canvas will help with that. And just push out the corners of your bottom. If you've got any extra threads, you can snip them. And we're going to sew up the bottom. Make sure you kind of push out all the air. If need be. You can add a little woven tag or something inside. Okay, so I've got the bottom opening clipped. Just sew all the way down. If you don't want to see your stitches, you could hand stitch it closed with stitch, or maybe even a ladder stitch. I'm using rainbow thread from Sunny Sewing Machine, so I want to see that thread. Okay, and then just put the lining inside, and then we'll top stitch, and that's it. It's so cool. So if you have something specific you're wanting to put inside of it, you can change up the measurements, of course. But it's kind of like an Easter basket too. It's so cute. Then I'll top stitch. Thanks for watching.